Yes, yes. If it's Wednesday and it's noon Eastern time, and it means it's time for the High Noon Hemp Show. Hello, everyone. We're live in many, many places. Of course, you're probably seeing us if you're watching live on the Temptations Beach Facebook page or the Jedi Hemp YouTube channel or on Twitter at Temptations. Or you may be watching us in those places later. You may be listening later on Podbean or iHeartRadio or Google Play. Many, many places. No excuse not to catch the week's episode of the High Noon Hemp Show. I am Joe Clare. You can Google the various things I do if you're interested. And he is Beach, high above the Temptations in Sharonville, Ohio. The Hemp Quarters, Beach, how are things in the Great North or whatever?
Moderately, somewhat okay. I don't know. It's been a trial and tribulation this week for me, and so it is what it is. When you own your own business, you have business problems,
Indeed.
and so it is. Life is okay in the hemp world. It's kind of status quo. There's not really much going on. I don't have much news later in the show, but the first thing I think, starting out with some sad news, is we've had another passing in the hemp world. That being Diana Oliver, who was first and foremost, she kind of got made a name for herself with Hempsters Plant the Seed, which is a documentary featuring Woody Harrelson, Willie Nelson, Ralph Nader, Merle Haggard, all kinds of people that are were very relative to the hemp movement. This was back in, I think, 2011, possibly, is when Hempsters Plant the Seed, there it is, came out. She was dealing with the Big C, and as the Big C does, it is relentless. And so she will be sorely missed in the hemp world. She was very active in promoting hemp in as many ways as she could. I know that she was a part of the hemp car being on the late night guys TV show. I can't think of his name. Jay Leno.
Jay Leno, yeah.
Jay Leno had a car show. There is an episode which features it was not a production car, it was just one made. The entire body is made out of hemp composite. And so, I know she had a big part of making that happen, as she did a lot of things as far as promoting hemp just like that in documentary form or, some type of educational form. And so, we will give her a 20-second moment of silence as we remember Diana Oliver, a hempster, true hempster. We'll always remember the things that she did. All right, on with the show. Let's get a little upbeat, maybe. City Beats closed voting, so we won't talk about that. That just happened, so we'll see how we did. I do want to mention, it's just kind of funny. I don't know why I wrote this down in all honesty, but it does seem like I suppose let the world know that I literally get 5 emails a day trying to sell me CBD products. I have never in the history, 24 years of being in the hemp industry, received so many daily emails of someone trying to sell me a hemp product, which I love. It's great. It's great. And I'm not trying to, ignore any of them on purpose, other than the fact that we are well stocked up. Obviously, as we move into the product spotlight, I think we got 3 out of 4 this week our CBD products, including a new one. But and I honestly, I'm honored because I think that anybody that makes a hemp product these days, or especially a CBD product, finds my email. And so it's good. I suppose I should feel good that I'm not being ignored by all these companies or not getting emails, because they do know who I am. They do
There you
know
go.
who we are. Um,
We're world
and
famous.
so
So,
we internationally known.
of course they know.
Of course they know. It's true, I suppose. Um, that being said, let's talk about some products we do have in the product
Mhm.
spotlight, where it's 4 from the store, 1 from my door. The first one is a new one. The sparkling water, seltzer water, really seems to be blowing up in the CBD world. This is a brand new one with some really kind of fun, uh, old school lemon lime, and then you've also got coconut pineapple, and so tangerine cherry as well. These are 10 milligrams of CBD per. Uh, and I can tell you again, they're lightly flavored. They're not over flavored. It's not anything too crazy. But that's for your day trip. Come in and get some day trip hemp infused sparkling water. The next one is one that we sell a lot of, and really I just like pimping it because I have been doing business with this company for 20 years at least. They just added this CBD product to their line of things that we get from them, and we cannot keep it in stock. And so it's the happiness cream, or the happy cream, as my uncle likes to call it. When he runs out, he texts me and says, I need more happy cream. And so another testament to it working when the family members need more, because it does for them what they need it to do. But anyway, it's the good old rock and roll queen. Um, her name is Heidi. Puts this together, her and her husband. But again, very popular and very effective as a topical CBD cream. So if you have any issues that can be dealt with topically with CBD, there it is. And of course, when you use CBD in a cream form or a topical form, even if it's a full spectrum and there may be traces of THC, that never makes it into your bloodstream. And so, you do not have to worry about that happening if it's a concern as to the CBD products. A full spectrum has a small amount of THC. If you don't know, isolate is just 100% CBD and no chance. So if you are concerned, you obviously want to try to find more isolate products, because then you will have no worries when it comes to the infamous THC. And then again, the topicals, you don't have to worry about THC going through the topicals. You can literally use a THC topical, and that THC would never make it into your bloodstream, as far as I know. So anyway, if you're looking for a good topical cream, doesn't take much, just a little bit, rub it on. It does work. I will attest to it because I have been using it. I carry one with me everywhere I go. And so get into the store and enjoy a jar of happiness cream. The next one is also a new product. I don't think I've talked about this. We are picking up more and more flower these days. This is the Aspen CBD flower, new to the stores. I think it's a 3.5 gram container. It's a nice jar. I love the jars just because it's got the nice little wood lid. You can, that jar is definitely reusable for sure. And so, again, if you've been asking about the hemp flower, yes, we have it. Don't have it up on the website yet as far as online retail, but I am swearing that between now and next week, I am going to be bolstering that inventory quite a bit. So you can go online and buy more product than what we currently have. And, excuse me, the last product, non-CBD, but great nonetheless, is the Earthly Body shampoo and conditioner. And this is kind of new, I think a new blend for them. This is the Nag Champa version. So if you like Nag Champa, I know a lot of you do. As far as the smell, come on in and get yourself a jar of the Earthly Body Natural Body Care, which is great. Shampoo and conditioner. We should have this in all 4 stores as well, and hopefully online soon. Online soon. So there you have it. 4 from the store. We have 4 locations. Find us anywhere you want. Something went wrong with the video. We still online?
Everything is good on mine, it looks like.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Interesting.
YouTube's good.
Mine just said,
Facebook's good.
I wonder,
Neat.
I think I went offline on my computer.
Hmm.
That's weird. I tell you, we got new internet, and it's supposed to be faster, better, awesomer. And I swear my computer just went offline. It says it's temporarily available, but I'm here with you,
Yeah,
so we have
weird.
internet. I don't know. I guess watching myself seems weird to begin with, but I better hurry up in case we go offline. Anyway, 4 from the store. The one from my door is a product that we just recently got in the stores, but I have been using, of course, on a semi-regular basis, and that is the hemp straws. And so we usually do smoothies every morning. That's why I have 2 of them in there, because their smoothie's a little bit thicker. So as I'm drinking my hemp smoothie, I use the hemp straws. You can see they're starting to wear down. I don't know how I feel about the fact that the print is coming off.
I was just going to ask about
can
that.
only
What's
hope it's,
do we know anything
can
about
only hope
that?
that is some type of. I better check into that honestly and find out what kind of ink they use
Yeah.
on those, because that now that I look at it, that may be a small concern of mine. But anyway, I do love them. Again, reusable, even though they are biodegradable. I have used this set at least a handful of times so far, and they haven't really started to break down, other than obviously the part where it says hemp straw on it. And so, interesting. Yeah, I'll have to look into that and find out what they use for ink. I can only imagine it's got to be something healthy.
Yeah.
can
Why
only
go
hope.
through all that trouble to make a hemp straw and then put some
Yeah, put
cancerous
a bunch
ink
of
on it or
goop
something?
on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be weird.
You do never know the world. It
Yeah,
is a strange
that's true.
world. You can never underestimate when we don't want to assume. But anyway, um, there you go, folks. 4 from the store, 1 from my door. Um, go out, find those products in the stores. If not, maybe you can find them online if you really desire them. And now.
And I can hear people right now in my head. I can hear them. Stop talking about
We
straws already. I need fashion advice. I'm wearing things that are awful.
What's Beach
I
wearing?
look stupid when I go out in the world and the public. I have no idea how to dress. I need hemp clothing. I need to know how to make ensembles. I need all of this advice. And well, you can't find that advice anywhere else but here. I defy you to find it anywhere but here on the best segment in the history of Facebook, Twitter, and Periscope, and YouTube now. It is the Beachwear segment where we ask the most important question of the day. What are you wearing beach?
That's right, folks. If you woke up this morning, maybe you're waking up now, maybe you've waited since Sunday to find out how I would dress for the Super Bowl champions. Now you will know. I've been saving this hat in particular for this perfect moment. But as you can see, if you did ask, what are you wearing beach from head to toe? Here we go. My 420 hat actually says Missouri. That's right. Kansas City's in Missouri. You may have read on our illustrious leader's tweets recently that it was in Kansas. It is not.
It's not that
Kansas City is actually, it's
They didn't
not
win
that
anything.
Kansas City. The Chiefs actually play in Kansas City, Missouri. But this is a classic head case Missouri 420 hat. I don't know why it was made originally. I'm sure probably someone who had a hemp store in Kansas City might have ordered a bunch of them.
Yeah.
But Missouri is one of the states that made it onto this. And so, as you can see, I am wearing red for the Chiefs for no particular reasons. I'm not a Chiefs fan, just so you know. I'm a Bengals fan, but I was rooting for the Chiefs, and they had a glorious comeback. I love a great comeback. That is the Hemp Company T-shirt. printed here and planted everywhere. I've got my Kentucky Hemp Outfitter jeans, my favorite jeans in the world. Safe to say, with my, if you look close to me, my Green Springs Technology pen in my front pocket there. Hempist boxer briefs. You can go to the Hempist. They have a great lineup of clothing on their website to order. Satori Link socks, little red print on them. And then those are my Circa Skate for Cancer hemp skate shoes. So if you did wake up this morning, you said to yourself, how is Beats going to give homage to the Missouri Kansas City Chiefs? Now you know. There it is.
There you go. Everybody can go get dressed.
All day long. Everybody can go get dressed. I'm sure that if you were going to wear red for the Chiefs, you probably did that on Monday if you were really a Chiefs fan. But congratulations to them. It was actually a great game. I was highly enjoyed the commercials. I know that in the Dayton market, if you were watching the all-day Fox leading up to Super Bowl, you probably saw our commercial. I don't think it ran in the Cincinnati market, but I believe in the Dayton market we ran pre-Super Bowl, which is kind of nice because, we like Super Bowls. No matter what day of the week it is, we encourage a Super Bowl.
Indeed.
But here's a couple things in the old news world. Not a whole lot going on over the last week or so. But the industrial hemp, and I know I reported on a particular business, I think like 6 months ago or so, but Industrial Hemp Manufacturing LLC is in fact fulfilling a $1 million contract to provide what they call drill wall. And drill wall is a product that's actually made out of kenef and hemp cellulose, non-toxic. It actually works as a lubricant and a sealant. So when they're drilling, they can use this, all natural product in some way. We don't encourage drilling for any reason. To be honest with you, in my opinion, there's no reason to drill anymore into the planet. So I am in no way condoning the behavior of drilling. But in no way can I stop drilling. And so it's good to know that there's a hemp product out there that, is at least a natural substitute or a natural product that they can use in the process. Instead of some synthetic thing that I don't even want to know about that going into the ground. And so good for them for coming up with the product, for, seeing a use for hemp and something, I used to say that you come up to me and you tell me what you do for a living. And if I can't come up with some way to incorporate hemp into what you do for a living, then nobody could, in my opinion. I don't know where you work. I haven't really come up with even a job that I can think of where I couldn't come up with in some way to incorporate. Only because almost everybody, uniforms, it doesn't matter. There's so many ways. And this is another one I would have never thought of. Hey, use it for a drilling byproduct, a drilling product. And so good for them. Good for them. This is kind of interesting because you have Southern University and A&M down in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, which is a black university, African-American, however you want to say that. They are releasing an isolate and a full-spectrum CBD tincture through the university. They're working with some companies to make this happen. Again, to me, I don't know how that works with the university. I mean, I suppose that if your students came up with a product, then they own the product, and then you could, sell that product to the world and make money. I really don't know how that kind of works. As you know, as you may not know, if it's not a state school, if it's a private university, then they can do whatever they want to run it as a business or have business-like items, obviously.
I do know that the Louisiana Medical Marijuana Program, they have two licensed contracted growers that go through Southern University and through LSU. I don't know if it's the same, the same
Ah,
thing,
well,
but
there you have it.
yeah,
That
both
is
universities are
exactly. I am
growing.
sure. I'm sure that's exactly where that spanned from. All of a sudden they see cannabis, THC is okay. They're studying. Then all of a sudden they see CBD, 50 states legal. We can do the same thing. Um, that we're doing now, and that's exactly why they're able to provide an isolate. That isolate could be coming from their. In all honesty, I don't know. I don't know how that could or would work, but that could be extracted from a high THC plant. Because if you just remove the CBD and you put it in a jar, just the isolate, just CBD, no one can tell you where it came from. There's zero THC in that. And so there's almost a market out there, in my opinion, for these people that are making THC tinctures or taking the THC to an oil level. Now, again, you could somehow pull the CBD out, so you wouldn't have any CBD in there in the THC product, but you would have CBD in its isolate form, and zero THC. No one can. No one knows. No one knows. Could know possibly where that came from, conceivably speaking, to say, it came from marijuana. So that's where the isolate market, in my opinion, there's some and I don't want to call them shenanigans, because again, that's what they're selling you. They're not lying to anyone. If their product is CBD isolate, then they have isolated the CBD. They did that. It started out as full spectrum. Okay, it came out of the plant full spectrum. They isolate the CBD and they take all that little bit of THC and the CBG and all the other stuff. That's why, when it's an isolate, again, you're getting 100% CBD, and that's great. Because CBD is very effective 100% as the isolate. Full spectrum, I think you get a little bit more out of those terpenes. And I think they can add the terpenes back into the isolate, which we're seeing as well, because certain terpenes do certain things as well. We're finding that they have a purpose in the human body. And people are finding relief or some type of satisfaction out of the terpenes as well. Terpenes are mostly responsible for the taste of cannabis, no matter whether it's CBD, THC, or whatnot. That taste is usually related to the actual terpenes, and they've got it down to, I don't know, roughly 7 to 10 maybe terpenes that they're finding in cannabis. Again, whether it's CBD or THC, and again, that they're just isolating the terpene. They're isolating the terpene and then adding it back into the product. And so, as they're learning all this, it's already being done. People are already taking the THC, putting it here, the terpenes, putting them there, CBD, putting it here. You can mix it back together or not if you want to, and get whatever that relief is you're looking for. Either way, and so, and that's back to the isolate subject. If you're looking for no THC, the irony is that could have come from a high THC plant. But if they pulled it out and it's just the CBD isolate, there's no way of knowing. There's no way of knowing where it came from. And they could take those terpenes out of that plant too, and either add it to the THC part or add it to the CBD part. And everybody gets a little bit of flavoring, so to speak. And then also the terpene does whatever it may or may not do as well. So there you go. I answered some questions you may or may not have had before I got to the Ask Beach Anything part, which we usually don't have questions. So that's about all the news I have. We got quite a bit going on in February at this point.
Yeah, John posted
Uh,
in the Facebook chat that he's moderating a hemp panel in Boston on February 20th. So that's he left the
Very good.
events link there if y'all are
Okay,
interested.
yeah, I will get that up on our what did you say, February 20th,
Yep.
coming up soon. Yeah, we'll get that up on the website too. So if you go to hemptations.com, the first page of events is all the events that are relative to the store or me. The second page has all the events that we talk about um, on the High Noon Hemp Show. So you can go there, and I've got more details. We're all the way out to June with events going on, hemp related events going on. I would definitely say that if you get an opportunity to go um, listen to John on a panel anywhere or doing anything about hemp, I would highly recommend that. One of the most educated people out there on the subject. And so we'll get that event. I'll get that event up on the second page of Hemptations if you want to check on that. 13th and the 15th of February, we got OFA here in Dayton, which is the Ohio Ecological Food and Farm Association. Again, they're doing a full day of hemp at that. And so if you're interested in Ohio hemp farming, you may want to check that out. Also, February 13th and 15th, you've got the CBD Expo in Vegas. And again, I can't tout the benefits of listening to Mike Lewis talk or educate or answer questions on hemp. Mike's from Third Wave Farms. He is the oldest, most known, one of the most known, I shouldn't say most known, but one of the most prolific hemp farmers in the country. And he's still very, he's growing, but he still looks at it small, but he's very agriculturally geared. February 14th and the 15th, you got the Arkansas Farmers Industrial Hemp Conference. February 15th, you've got the Kentucky Hemp and CBD Trade Show in Frankfort. February 16th, they will be celebrating, Black Hemp History at the Hopewell Museum. Zoom. Oh man, that is my brain today. From 2 to 4 in Paris, Kentucky, and I just found out about this, so that give me a day or two to add that to the website. The 20th, 22nd of February, you've got the Hempcrete Construction Theory and Practice. This is in Poland at the Hemp Today Center. Sorry, I didn't give you guys more of a heads up on this one, but I just found out about it. But if you've ever wanted to visit Poland, especially the Hemp Today Center in Naklo, then there you go. There's a Hempcrete Construction Theory and Practice going on. February 24th to 25th, you've got the Danville, Virginia Industrial Hemp Conference. February 24th and 25th as well, you have the Central U.S. Hemp Growers Conference and Expo in Rochester. And then finishing up the month, you have the National Hemp Expo in Louisville, the 28th through the 1st. I think this is the second year for that. I think it was pretty big last year. NOCO stuff is out. We're getting pretty close to that. If you don't know about NOCO, it is in its 7th year out in Denver. Just moved to Denver because it was getting so big. But that does happen at the end of March this year. And so if you're wanting to go to probably the largest hemp expo, truly the largest, even if they don't call themselves that, NOCO is the one to go to. And Colorado is always a kind place to visit when you can, and so going for a hemp expo is another good reason. So there you have it. That's pretty much everything that's going on in the world up until the end of March that I've got so far. As always, we appreciate you guys listening or watching, whether it's live or possibly not live. In that capacity. Again, if you have any questions for me that you'd like me to address on the show, please email me at hemptations@yahoo. You can also go to the website. There's a page. I think it's the About page on the website where you can contact me directly through there, hemptations.com. Please do. I am always willing to try and answer any question that I can in the hemp world. I know with the internet these days, it's pretty easy just to tick, get the answers yourself. It's true.
You never know
So
what you're
find
getting
the answer.
on the internet.
It is true. You can verify those answers with me if you'd like.
There you go.
I might be able to do that too. But you know, you got to get if you're interested in hemp, and we love that. Get more information because it will just drive your interest. I can tell you
And
that.
watch
The
the
more
show.
you learn about hemp, and watch the show.
Yeah.
Don't forget to tune in every high noon on Wednesday here at Twitter, Facebook, Beach Page, and YouTube. We thank you. We thank you. We thank you. I do. Remember, reduce, reuse, recycle, make everything else out of hemp. Having temptations.
See y'all next week.